Welcome back to Bad Attitude C10. Today we're going to be discussing this three-way ball valve that we're going to use as a bypass for the water-to-air heat exchanger on our interchiller setup for our water-to-air intercooler. So let's get to it. So guys, I came up with the idea of using one of these motorized ball valves because it's what we're using for the race valve on the Freon side of our water to air inner chiller setup. And I came across this one and it was on eBay for like a third of the price of new. So, while it is a brass valve instead of one of the stainless, it's still, within the parameters of what we need. So all the information's right here if you want to go and check it out, but I figured we'd give it a once over real quick. Now the ball valve itself is pretty heavy duty and I think it's gonna work and suit our needs just fine. Now the motorized part on the top actually has an indicator letting you know which way flow is, and there's the model number and everything, and the little blue knob is for a manual override. Now since ours is an auto reset, so if you drop power or ground, it'll go back to its original position at rest. It does not work as far as the manual override. Now this valve actually is a 5-wire design instead of a 3 because of the auto return. So the red and black are going to be a hot and a ground for the actual ball valve motor itself. The blue, yellow, and white, in our case the blue wire is actually green. The white would be a ground, and then the yellow and the blue, depending on which way the valve is positioned, would send a ground to LEDs to light up when it's either fully open to the left or if it's fully open to the right. So we'll get into that a little more here in a minute. So just remember, the blue written in the diagram is actually a green wire on our application. So I'm going to go ahead and run through and supply a power and a ground wire to this so I can show you how it operates. Alright, now my wire's already hooked up to the battery, so I'm going to put the ground on the black wire. And then if you notice and watch the valve, the red wire is the power wire for the motor to actually make the valve cycle. So I'm going to energize the hot wire, and you can see the valve is opening and it's moving from the flow going out the right side to the left side. So I'm going to show you a picture of a diagram here in a second. After I remove the power from this, I'll let you look at it the other way. So right now the flow would be going out the left, and that's with the valve powered up. Now, if you remove the power or the ground, either one, the valve will automatically reset and make the flow go out the right side. So it'll shut the left, and then the right side will become the flow of direction, or the direction of flow, sorry. So when it's at rest with no power, it's going to be just like in this diagram. So hang tight and let me show you. So here we go. You notice on the left, it shows the actual inlet is coming in through the middle, and it's going to go out to the left, and that is when the valve is powered up and the motor and ground are supplied to the motor portion of the valve. Now if it's at rest and there is no power, it's going to look like the image on the right, where your inlet is going to come in the middle and then it's going to flow out the right side of the valve. So with power on, it goes out the left. With the power off and the valve's at rest, it's always going to go out the right. So for the other 3 wires on our valve, there's a white one, a green one, and a yellow one. I'm going to provide a ground to the white wire as a source ground. Then depending on which position our valve is, you have a yellow wire and a green wire. When it's at rest and there is no power going to the motor, the yellow wire will be actually going straight to ground. So we're going to hook that up to a yellow wire on this multicolored LED. So the yellow will be amber, green would be green, or red would be red. Since our wires are green and yellow, I'm just going to use the green and yellow. So I'm going to hook the green one up, and it will be when the valve is actually powered up and it rotates to bypass the flow, then the green light's going to come on. The yellow light is going to come on automatically even if there's no power on the motor, because we have a ground circuit that we're completing, and the white wire of the LED is going to be powered up by a 12-volt power wire directly off the key switch. So as soon as you turn the key on, the yellow light's going to come on because the valve is at rest and it's flowing to the right. Now when we power the valve up and it goes to the left, it should make the green light come on. So I'm going to go ahead, and some of this is time lapsed, and then I'm going to show you it actually functioning. Now that everything's hooked up, you can see the valve is in the rest position, the yellow light's on. Now if you notice, as soon as I power this up, the yellow light's going to go off, and if I take the hot back off, it's going to go back and reset. The amber came back on, and then I put the power back on, it went off again. So now it's rotating, and the green light will not come on until it's completely seated in the bypass mode. So here you can see the bypass is on, and now instead of flowing to the left, it's actually, the right, it's actually flowing to the left. So the right's plugged, the left is flowing. Now I'm going to turn the light off, the major light, to see if you can see this light a little better, because I don't know if the LED's bright enough or not. So there you can see the green. I'm going to take the hot off, and the valve is now going back to rest. When it's fully seated and flow is back to the right side, the yellow light comes back on. So there you have it. So now we can flow through the right side, and the left side of the valve is blocked. So I appreciate y'all for watching the video, and as always, I'll catch you next time.